Good morning, everyone. Let's revise the previous class. Read these words. Playing is Ram with ball a. This is making no sense. Ram is playing with a ball, making sense. So, you can say a group of words that make complete sense is called a sentence. Now, what are the rules of making a sentence? First, it makes complete sense. Second, it begins with a capital letter. And third, it ends with a full stop. Now, parts of sentence. Each sentence has two parts. First is subject, second is predicate. So now the person or thing we speak about is called the subject. What is said about the subject is called the predicate. For example, a man helped the blind man. A man is the subject because we are speaking about this person in the sentence. Help the blind man. This is what we are saying about the man. So, help the blind man is your predicate. The subject and the predicate may consist either of single word or a number of words. Now, objects. Words that are added to the verbs to complete their meanings are called objects. Now, here in the sentence, helped is verb, and with helped we have added the blind man. So, the blind man is the object in the sentence. Now easily we can understand that what is the structure of a sentence. So the subject is usually at the beginning of a sentence. Second, after the subject comes the verb and objects are placed after the verb. This we can easily understand with the help of the example. Like the cow eats grass. Now the sentence structure is saying that subject is the beginning. So here the subject is the cow. What the cow is doing? Eating. So eats is your verb. And now when we put a question, what the cow eats? Answer is coming grass. So grass is object. Note that subjects and objects are either nouns or pronouns. Now we are coming to our main topic, that is verbs and its kind. So before starting, let us define what is a verb. A verb is a word which says something about a subject. They are also called action words. For example, the man killed a snake. In this sentence, the man is a subject, killed is verb, and a snake is object. Now, how to find it? Man, because we are speaking about this person, so this is the subject. What we are speaking? We are speaking that he killed a snake. So killed a snake full is your predicate. But if I talk about only killed, then it is verb because this is a action word. Now, when I put a question to the subject, what the man killed, I am getting an answer, a snake. So a snake is your object. Now moving to our next topic, kinds of verbs. First is transitive verb. A verb which requires an object after it to complete its sense is called a transitive verb. For example, the boy pulled the box. Note, ask question what or whom to the subject to find the object. Now if I put a question, what did the boy pull? I am getting the answer, the box. So here the word box is called the object to the verb pulled. Second kind of verb is intransitive verb. A verb which does not require an object to complete its sense but makes good sense by itself is called an intransitive verb. For example, birds fly. Here, the verb fly itself makes complete sense. It means birds and fly. So, this action word is giving full meaning to the whole sentence. That is why we can say here the verb fly itself makes complete sense and it does not require an object after it to make us complete meaning. Now, Verbs also tell what they are, or we can say what someone or someone is. For example, I am a teacher, we are farmers, it is a rose. So here you can see the all red color words am, are and is. They are telling something about someone or they are telling something about someone. So they are called being verbs. Like if I am saying I am a teacher, it means I am telling about myself that I am a teacher. So being verbs are am, is, are, was, were, be, being and been. Now has, have and had. These verbs are verbs which show possessions. Example, she has some new storybooks. I have a pen. They had some new stamps which were stolen. So here these storybooks belong to her, pen belongs to him, and new stamps belong to them. Verbs also tell us what people are saying, thinking, and feeling. So, such verbs are called saying verbs. For example, I think this is a good idea. This picture looks very nice. Now, new topic is verbs of incomplete predication and complements. In your course, it is complements. But until and unless you will not understand what are verbs of incomplete predication, you will not be able to understand what are complements. So now I'm just defining, then I'll explain. Intransitive verbs which require some words or words after them to make complete sense are called verbs of incomplete predication. I am reading these three examples. The old man is, the teacher became, Sita seems. Now, children, you can see when I read these sentences, till is, become, and seems, the sentence is not giving any meaning to me. It is incomplete sentence, and the verbs which are placed after the subject is, become and seems. They are called the verbs of incomplete predication. Why verbs of incomplete predication? Because they are just coming after the subject. So here we can easily explain that the verbs is, became, and seems are making no meanings to themselves. So these are the verbs of incomplete predication. Something is added to them to make some sense. And now you can see we have added something to each sentence so that it becomes meaningful. But what is added is not the object. See, we have added tired, angry and happy. All these three words are not object because objects are what? Either they are nouns or they are pronouns. Therefore, we can easily say that these verbs are not transitive. So, in these sentences, some words are required to form complete predicates, and such words are called complements. So, now again, when we see the example, when I am adding one word, the sentence is becoming the old man is tired, the teacher became angry, Sita seems happy. So, now in this sentence, the word tired is a complement to the verb is. In the second sentence, angry is a complement to the verb became. In the third sentence, happy is a complement to the verb seems. So here, what can be the definition of a complement? A word or phrase. Phrase is a set of incomplete words required to form a complete predicate is called a complement to the verb. Again, I am repeating, a word or phrase required to form a complete predicate is called a complement to the verb. So students, here I complete my chapter with the topic verbs of incomplete predication, and I'll go with the exercises tomorrow. Thank you. Have a good day.